everyone. We are in our fourth issue of Inspired Leaders Lens series, and this month we have with us Shri Jayaganapathy, the principal of Maharishi Vidya Mandir. In this episode, we will be asking a few questions on how the parents have changed over the period in terms of handling the academics of students, in terms of interacting with the school, and few other questions that we have. So we will get definitely a very good answers and eye-opening views from the sir, and we hope for it. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
In this fourth issue, we pick a theme every month, and on one episode we discuss about students, and then teachers, and then the academics, discipline, all those things. In this month, in this issue, we have parents, the involvement of parents in child's academics, extracurricular, and even in the school management. So those things have been put up in this issue, sir. So I have a set of questions, and your answers should help us spread the views across schools.
I'll try my best, sir.
Sure, sir. How can a school earn the complete trust of a parent?
Actually, present day, almost all the parents are having only one or two children, and they work for them, their future, everything. They are worried about their future and their academic growth and other things. In that case, they are trusting us. They are mainly focusing on one thing, that is the safety of the child and overall development. In that case, what we are expecting from our teachers as well as from the management, as a principal, everyone, all the stakeholders, need to have only one thing, that is empathy. They need to have empathy towards the parent as well as the children. Once if they start relating the current situation along with their expectation and their needs of the children, we will be able to create a trust, very good trust among the parents. That's the main thing we need to focus on.
Empathy.
Empathy is a very important. We need to think from their point of view. What is their expectation? In what way we can help them? In what way we can satisfy them? That's a very important thing. For that, what they need to do is, we need to do is justification. Instead of justification, what we need to do is, we need to be very transparent in our policy, in our statement. What happened many places, it is happening, that is false promises.
Okay.
Once if we throw away the false promises, I think it is possible.
Okay.
So we need to train the teacher accordingly. We need to train each and everyone whoever is working in the school, like sisters, drivers, everyone. So they need to build up a big trust among the parents. That's it.
Okay. Are today's parents overly involved, often trying to influence every aspect of child's school life? How to address this?
Yeah, that is a interesting question. In fact, actually, you cannot say all the parents. Majority of the parents understands.
Okay.
Few parents, out of their interest and curiosity, always they do all these things. Usually, it happens because, as I mentioned you earlier, they want only one thing: their children success. Because they start comparing with things. Comparison is a big problem we are facing now. They always compare with the neighborhood school or neighborhood children, all these things. Now, out of this enthusiasm, they want their children to be the topper in the world. So this is how it starts. So many parents, it happens, usually what happens, this happens in the KG classes. KG classes, their involvement will be too much. And when they are progressing to the primary level, it will be reducing. Slowly it will be reducing. And when they approach middle class, gradually it will go up. And when it is coming to higher secondary or secondary level, they will not come at all. This is what happens because what happens is actually it will become very easy for them when they are in the KG to deal with the subject. They will be able to go through each and everything like diary and other thing and all. The communication also they will be, because they are the startup age, so at that time they give complete care for the kids. Then slowly when the subject level is becoming difficulty, slowly they are going away from that one. So this is what happens. Moreover, what happen is, if they throw away the comparison, because they need to know the potential and the capability of the child, their child. What happened? They compare with the other children. So this is how all this competition involvement becomes more vigorous over there. So at that time, we need to be in a position to explain what is what. What is the status of the thing? What is the status of your child? What is the potential of your child? If they understand the potential, they will be able to understand. That's the thing. Okay. Usually it never happens. Right. Sometimes they will be coming very vigorously and other thing and all. But when we explain everything properly, they understand it. Okay. But even one or two parents will be there. They always want their children to be the topper. It is not possible. Because only one person can come, one or two person can be the topper in the class. Okay. So they need to understand. Okay. Then it will be all right.
Fine. So that's an interesting point that you have shared. The involvement gradually reduces as the child
That is true.
Grows because of the difficulty they have in dealing with the subject.
Yes. In fact, actually, nowadays, the competition, no, like their children want to go to NEET or JEE. They want their children to become a doctor or engineer. This type of thing. Okay. There also the same thing. A lot of pressure is also given over there. So that is also making the children to feel bad and other thing. Even though they are interested, too much of pressure also, no, among them, it will spoil their mood, and in fact, they will lose their interest in studies and other thing. And all. That's the thing.
Why is the relationship between parents and teacher very crucial in shaping the children?
Here, it is a mandatory, means they need to understand. That's why we are having certain thing called coffee date register. Means what happen every day or monthly once or monthly twice, the teacher, class teacher and subject teachers will be calling the parent, and they will find out what's happening, what is the progress of the child here and there. So once if they understand, they will try to rectify those mistakes. If there is any mistake, they will try to rectify. Even if it is not possible, if it is need to be done or solved by the principal level or the management level, whatever it may be, they will bring it to us. So we will try to put it. Now, this will be trying to solve all the problems here itself. Now the problem is, parents will not come at all. They will not express it. We are having a parent teachers meet. At that time they can tell, but many of the time they will not come to the PTM and also to see the progress of the child. Occasionally it will be happening once in 2 months or something. That time, because of their busy schedule or something like that, they will not come. So that time it happens. But what we are insisting is, we are asking them to come and meet me directly without any appointment or something like that. So once if we understand the role of their issues and other thing and all, we will be trying to rectify it. This is what happens everywhere. But again, ego clash between the teacher and parents. Sometimes it happens. If that is going to be there, it's very difficult to solve the thing. They need to understand. Parents are working for the children. Teachers are working for their children, because all are working for the children only. If they understand each and everyone's roles and responsibility, this problem will not come at all. This clash and all, no, it will not be there at all. In fact, actually, parents should be very grateful to the teachers. Teachers must be grateful to the parents, because after all, they are all working for the children's growth. So that is very important. If they realize their roles and responsibility, then automatically everything will become perfect. There won't be any clash or something. Usually what happens, again, same word, comparison. They will be comparing with the other child's handwriting or reading, pronunciation skill, communication skill, everything they will be comparing, and they will be comparing with the marks. It always happens. So once they throw away all these things, my child, what is his potential, in what way I can improve his potential, in what way I can give more and more exposure, like that, no, then automatically this will be solved.
Okay. Okay. What does a school expect from parents to ensure an effective collaboration?
They need to understand the philosophy of the school. Each and every school has their own vision and mission. So vision is nothing but a certain aspect, no. For example, in what way they want to improve the level of the child in academics, or not only in academics, all-round development. So they need to understand, and what are all the feasibility available. So they are admitting the child based on all these things only. So once if they understand, they know the level of the child, level of the school, level of the teacher, everything. So they need to understand this first. So once they understand, they need to continuously monitor their progress of the child. What is affecting the child educational progress or something, that one they need to monitor. If they are having any doubt, they are always welcome to see the school authorities, and they can find out, and they are given the freedom to enter all the values, whatever is their observation in the diary. If it is not possible to meet directly the teacher or principal or anyone person from the school, they can write in the thing, it will be communicated immediately. So that is how we will be able to solve the thing. Yeah. And also, what happened? They are completely relying on the children also sometimes, because they just want to be the hero among their kids. Usually, it happens. So at that time, what happened if the child is interested in one of the ECA, for example, is going for a skating. Usually, what we insist is only one ECA they can choose. That throughout the year they can practice in that one. If they are really interested in one, then they can go from out. They can do it from the outside. This is what we are insisting. But what happened? He will try for 1 month. If he is finding it difficult, then he will be asking for some other ECA to shift in the thing. So I want to go for something arts and craft, which will be very easy. Okay. Now what happens? The child will not undergo all these difficulties. What he is supposed to undergo the difficulties in learning this skating. Okay. He will not do that at all. As it's like just again and again giving. They just want to show their love towards the child. Means how much I am caring for the child, but they are not realizing what will happen if they are missing that entire thing. No, they need to undergo the pressure exercise. Nowadays, it is not happening at all. Okay. So if they feel that my child is finding it little bit difficult, immediately they are just okay. No need to do this at all. Earlier, what we used to do, I'm sorry to say this, we are always having the tendency to say this one. Earlier, we were like that and that. Right. But actually, what happened, they are not undergoing any of the pressure situation nowadays. This is the biggest problem we are facing. Because of that, what happens? Immediate decision making. Okay. Without understanding what is good, what is bad, they are just making the decision immediately. Now we need to train the children in such a way that parent must tell the children in such a way that, so this is what happening. You need to undergo. It will be having this difficulty. Then only you will be able to achieve. For example, mathematics. If they are telling that it is very difficult, then what happens if they are going to avoid that subject? They will not be able to perform anything in higher studies. So isn't it? So the same thing happens here also. They need to undergo the pressure. They need to undergo the difficulties. If the child is falling down while doing the skating, then he need to learn from that mistake. So next time he will not make a mistake when he is learning this part. So this is how the parents must train the children. Otherwise, if they are coming for each and everything and fighting with the parents or teachers or the management, it will be a problem. That means they are digging their own pit. Means they are not at all ready to help the children at all to progress. They need to know the competition, and they need to know the pressure. They need to undergo all the things because the world is becoming very, very competitive nowadays. So they need to understand that. So once if they do it, I think there won't be any problem at all.
Okay. What are the common sources of conflict between a school and a parent?
Okay, it's a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Communication gap.
Mm-hmm.
Communication gap is the big problem. And so what happens? They never deal with the teachers.
Okay.
Instead, they rely on the some other parents.
Okay.
What happened? One parent must have had some issue. That parent will go and tell the other parent that, oh, you know what happened, this is and all, no, all these things are happening inside the school. This should not have happened actually, or could not have happened for this parent. But even then they misunderstand that, oh, this might have happened to my son also, all this. So because of these type of rumors and misunderstanding and communication gap, all these conflicts comes. So once if they come directly to the school and clarify all these issues, then there won't be any problem. Again, as I mentioned earlier, one teacher will be having certain specific level of competitiveness, means expertise.
Right.
She must have done something very nicely. The same class in the different section, it might not happen because of her absence or something. So immediately they will be comparing. When that particular teacher is able to do, why not you? So these type of conflicts also happens.
Okay.
So they need to understand. They too need to have the empathy. As I mentioned earlier, parents too need to have the empathy.
Okay.
Then it will not come at all. Conflicts means what? Basically misunderstanding.
Okay.
Once if they come directly and clarify with that concerned person, there won't be any conflicts at all.
No.
So they need to come directly and speak to the people.
Right. Uh, we get to see parents involving in arguments with teachers in front of the kids. That definitely impacts the respect the children have for teachers.
That is true, sir.
Right. This is happening almost across at least one or two incidents in a year across every school that we come across. How to address this issue?
It happens, it hurts. Afterwards, they say sorry. Usually, it happens. With the kids, when they are coming and again, actually, before that itself, they need to understand what exactly happened. Usually, it happens. After realizing that it is not the mistake of the school or something, they will feel bad about it. It always happens. Many times we have seen this.
Okay.
For that, what? Yeah, of course, the parents are concerned about their kids. They are, as I mentioned earlier, they are working for the kids. Their future is their kid. Everything is for them. So at the time when they are hearing a small thing also, they get immediately getting agitated or annoyed. Immediately they just want to come to the school and they will be shouting in front of, even if they come to the teachers, it's fine. The security level itself, they will be shouting when they are seeing all the parents and in front of the other parents, they shout because they are losing their self-respect. First thing. Second thing, as I mentioned earlier, they just want to be the heroic, heroic in front of their child. They will be telling, I will see the teacher, what will happen. I will come directly and ask them. I will shout at her. This type of thing. That means automatically, as you mentioned, they will lose their respect for the teachers. The same thing will be repeating for them also. They are not understanding. Parents also will be getting same thing from the children because they are learning all the negativities. Whatever is happening for the teacher when they are teaching, sometimes it never happens. But what will happen if the same thing happens to the parent also? If they are shouting back, then they will be losing their respect among their kids. In front of their kids, they will be losing. Because of this, lot of conflicts will be happening. So what I request is just they need to understand what exactly happened. Getting arrogance or annoying and shouting is not going to give the solution at all. At any time, it is not going to happen. Solution will be there for every problem, but it can be obtained through normal, simple act of clarifying with the teachers. That's it. If they are going to shout at them, I'm really sorry, it's not going to give any solution. In fact, lot of things will be happening among the teacher. Teacher will be having a lot of issues because she is not dealing with only one child. In fact, she will be dealing with her own child. Apart from that, around 120 children she will be dealing. 120 children will be having different problems. They need to have that understanding first of all. It's very difficult to concentrate on each and every child. So they need to understand this particular thing. Once if they understand it, I think there won't be any problem at all. But it should be completely avoided. They can talk to the teacher directly instead of keeping the child. Whenever their parents are also coming here, they will be asking the child to be outside. If there is any clarification, we can call the child.
Right.
That can be done.
Right.
Instead of directly shouting at them and everything and all.
You mentioned a unique style in Maharishi Vidya Mandir, that coffee day meeting with
Yes.
the teacher. Can you brief about it? That sounded interesting.
Sir, actually, this is what happened is every teacher, because to build a very good bonding among the parent as well as the teacher, we call the parents at least twice a month or something. We'll be calling each and every parent, and they will be asking. It is not about their studies. It is not about their any other issues or something like that. It is just a general call to the parents to build a good relationship among the school and everything. When they are expressing sometimes what happens, they will not be able to come here directly. They will not be able to meet the class teacher or subject teacher separately. At that time, they will be expressing all the things, whether it is a positive act or negative thing. Whatever it may be, they will be giving each and everything. That will be recorded. Okay. The date and the timing and other thing, all the things will be recorded. And it will be maintained in a notebook. Monthly once or weekly once, it will be brought to the management. And all these incidents will be taken into consideration, each and everything, whether it is a positive or negative, everything. And immediately, within 1 week of time, it should be solved. If it is to be solved by that particular teacher, it should be done immediately. If it is to be solved by the other people, other teacher or class teacher, it should be taken to that particular teacher, and the response need to be written over in the coffee day register itself. Okay. If it is done to be done by the management level, that also need to be done. But practicability also need to be checked over there. Simply if they are asking for something like a very expensive thing to be done and all, it is practically impossible. So whatever is possible for the benefit of the children, benefit of the parent, everything, it will be done immediately. Within a month time, maximum month time, it should be done. Okay. So they will be expressing sometime also what they were expecting from the school and what's happening also. So that also immediately will be analyzed by the management level, and it will be done, rectified that also. So this is what happening in the complex.
Right. Very nice, sir. And a few words about our newsletter, Inspired.
Yeah, I was going through that one, so it's a really interesting one. In fact, actually, there should be some common platform for the educators, in fact. Okay. But it covers up everything, not only educators, it is covering up parents' view and students' view and teachers' view, managemental view, everything. Actually, what happens, CPD programs are happening. It is continuous professional development courses. That is for the teachers. And parents also will be getting some orientation. They will be getting. And students also get a lot of orientation from their teachers as well as from the external agencies. But usually management people never get these type of opportunity to attend these type of things. I think your Inspired magazine, a newsletter will be helping them to understand what's happening in the world, because every time what happens, the management will be thinking in such a way that we are doing the best. When they are seeing and getting a lot of ideas or inputs from this type of magazines, I think they'll be really benefited, and in fact, it is going to help each and everyone. And I would like to thank you for this wonderful initiative. In fact, considering a big cost of thing, as an educational improvement, which is going to make a big impact on the society. So I would like to appreciate your complete effort on this effort by giving through these type of learners lens as well as through inspired newsletter and all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I hope this reaches more and more schools in the future.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Sir. Thank you for your
Thank you, sir. Thank you.